Hello everyone, welcome to Cornflower Crafts. I'm Corn, and this is going to be a different kind of video today because we're going to be talking about vintage linens. And I know a lot of my subbies love vintage linens as much as I do. I have loved them since my late teens, early 20s. Especially anything embroidered or anything hand crocheted, and especially with the cotton thread. I'm in awe of all the work and time and love that goes into these creations. Now in the attic, which I'm cleaning that out, I'm going through the whole house now. I started out in the craft room. Still have a few things to do in there, but I do this sometimes. I might start somewhere and I end up going someplace else. And that could be due to heat and stuff like that, because our small attic is in where it gets a lot of heat as the day gets longer. And so I only do that in the mornings, that kind of thing. And then go to this room, and then look at Handsome and say, that's my hubby, and say, you got anything that you're no longer in love with? And so when I was in the attic, I could not believe what I found. I knew 99% of what was there, where it was, what boxes they were in, what container. We do those Tupperware containers, where it was in the attic, where's Christmas, where's, the holidays, if I decorate for the holidays. And lo and behold, I opened this one and I looked in and I was like, what? Where'd they come from? I didn't remember them at all because they've been there for about, I don't know, I'm going to say 13, 14 years. Because I used to get on eBay. And if I'm repeating myself, forgive me, this is take 4. And I used to get on eBay and I could get a large, and I mean a very large box of what they would say old linens or vintage linens or grandma's linens, or that kind of thing. And sometimes people would bid against me, but sometimes I didn't get tons of them, but sometimes I would get a box for $9.99. Now, yes, you had to pay postage, and we all know linens are heavy, but still, all of these pieces, and I'll be honest with you, most of the time, half of them I wasn't interested in, sometimes more than half. But those treasures that I would find were worth it for me, because, like I said, all that love, all that time, and hand crochet, hand embroider, cross stitch. I did find a few of my vintage hankies, which I have a thing about. I absolutely adore them. So I thought, so many of my subbies love vintage linens. I thought I'd show you all what I got. And when I told Handsome what I was going to do, he was like, oh, good idea, share. So I do have 2 of these. And these are armrests to put on your, overstuffed chairs or sofa back in the day. And that one's fine, but as you see, especially if they've been stored that long, you're going to get little stains like this. Now, I do soak them, because all these have to be soaked and washed and ironed and everything. And I like them to dry on their own. And I would share a recipe, but all I can tell you, I don't have a set one, because if one doesn't work, then I just put stuff together and try another one. I can tell you borax is in there, but that's, but other than that, it's kind of like, like when you ask Grandma, oh, this is the best chili ever. What'd you put? Ow, honey, you just put this and that. And you're like, Grandma, I need measurements. Oh, honey, you just do it. Well, that's what I would end up saying about that. But 99% of the time it works. And then I have this one, this pair. There's a pair of these as well. And this one is in more of a cream colored. And that one, as you can see the difference here, I hope. Then, and one of the reasons this is take 4 is because I had to move them back because I wanted you all to be able to really see the pieces. So, oh, this is so gorgeous. Okay. And then, well, not the whole thing, but you could, this is an oval, as you see. Look at that gorgeous piece. Isn't that beautiful? And look how fine that is. You can see my hands through. It's just so beautiful. And why I folded it like that, I'm not quite sure. And there's another one. Hopefully you can see that. Isn't that lovely? I'll show you this way too. And the scalloped edge, just so delicate, so sweet. And then I have a bunch of these. So I'm going to lay them out like this, so you can see how beautiful they are. And I have them the wrong way. Yep, sorry guys. I didn't put them back right. Like I said, I've just been one take after the other because I wanted you all to see how lovely these are. Aren't they beautiful? And then we have that matches them, these guys. You can see they, with that little crease there, they were not placed in the container very well, and there's several of those. Aren't they gorgeous? And like I said, I hardly paid anything for them. Now we're going to see some vintage hankies. Yay! They put a golden yellow with purple and lavender, roses and daisies. Isn't that gorgeous? There's a lot of people on YouTube who love the vintage hankies like I do. We have this one. Oh, now that needs a lot of soaking. Look at that over here and right there. And that's machine and portrait. We have this one. They're so thin, y'all. So thin. Look at that pretty baby. Now, if you see little flakes of white like this on there, that is the way that I place them in there. I had them, which I thought was protected, but I guess through the years, they weren't as protected as I thought, but they'll be fine. I'll wash them, they'll be fine. And then look at that one. Just the one big flower in the center. We also have this one. This is going to need soaking as well. This is the border print. Look at that. How sweet is that? Oh, but that's going to need a lot of soaking. And then I have that one. That's sweet. Look at that. So sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Then I have a set of napkins that are done in a cream colored fabric, and I forget what this is called. If you all know, please put in the comments below, where they manipulate the threads and then cross stitch here on all of them. I have, oh wow, look at this one. Oh boy. This is tatting. Oh my goodness, look at all of this tatting, y'all. Now, I did have an acquaintance, I can't say we were close friends, an acquaintance, that used to do tatting work when she talked to us. I'm sorry that there's that fold right there. But look at this, is so much work. But she would be talking to you, doing this, you know. And look at it all the way around it. Absolutely gorgeous. And there's two of those. And look at the sewing. This is hand stitched, by the way. The hem around them, can you see? Hand stitched. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. And then we have this piece here. That's sweet. We have this, we have two towels, and this with where the people are done in embroidery work that is lazy daisy stitch, some satin stitch, some outline stitch, and some French knots. And then the design carries up. And as I said, there are two of those. But this one's different. Okay, wait, two. There's the other one. Aren't they cool? Then we have some more crochet work. I have two of these. I have, oh, two of these. Look at this. For the rest. Just look at that, look at that. Oh, wow. All that work. I'm going to just show one because this will be the very long. I have two of them, by the way. Just show one because this is going to be so long. I have, let me try to get around the I have a ship done in crochet work. Look at that. Gorgeous. All that work. All that time. And Handsome and I love the old ships. Both of us love them. That's something we've got in common. We're very different people, but we have that in common. And then, sorry for the noises, but all the motorcycles are out today. Cyclists are out today. I have this piece. I should have a set of, yeah, I have a set of these where it's just a huge rose at the bottom and the leaves coming up. Two of those. I have, ooh, look at the house. Hopefully that's showing up in the woods. And it says, God bless our home. Oh, cool. Hello. That either needs to be framed or on something. That's beautiful. Then I have two of these pillowcases, and yes, I have been in love with embroidered and crocheted. You know how they do the crocheted bottoms and pillowcases, oh, since early 20s. And my one little story on that is first auction I've ever been to. And that was really the only thing at the auction I wanted. But of course, the auctioneer was very smart, and he saw so many of us looking at them that it was almost the last thing to go up there. So I've been, and it was an outside auction. Beautiful area though. So it wasn't bare, we were in the mountains. And I was like, I've got to stay for them. I really want them. So I was told that this being your first auction, set a price and do not go over it. And this was a box of embroidered pillowcases, pairs after pairs after pairs. So I was like, I'm going to use them. They're not going to sit in my attic. I'm using them. Well, there was a young woman and her mom and sister with her that it had gotten down to just us. And, you know, where the auctioneer just looks at her, then looks at you, her, you, and it's going up, but not tons, because we're talking about, and this was back in the early 80s. And I was like, you know, or late 70s, and I was like, I love them. I really love them. And again, I was told, keep to your price. I think I went $2 over, and then I got that look like, you're going to regret it if you keep going on and on. So they ended up getting them. And I pouted, y'all. Of course, I was young. I was like, I needed them so bad. And I really would have used them, because I have gotten some, not these that I forgot about, but I have used the other ones I've gotten in my lifetime. I've used them. In fact, they're on the bed right now. So, you know, I would have really used them. So 2 of those beautiful pillowcases. Now, lucky. Oh, my lands of gumption. Here we have a tablecloth. Let me see if I can try to do her justice. Okay. Let's go down like this. Okay. And, maybe you can see the hand stitching. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Wowzoo. All that cross stitch. And yes, some of the threads were cut off and some of them weren't. You're all interested in seeing that? Like this. It's like, oh, good enough. Oh, now, when it comes, I'm going to confess something about tablecloths, though. You'll see some tablecloths. You've seen them if you've been with me a while. And you'll see them on this table. But I tell everybody, you can't use them because, you know, here comes the gravy, here comes the, you know, what have you. And I'm like, no. Speaking of that, oh gosh. And I completely forgot this was there. How I forgot this is beyond me. Speaking of tablecloths, this one fits this table if it's both leaves are up, okay? And this table that you're looking at right now was my maternal grandmother's, who I love more than I can say. And I love to say that publicly because she was extremely important to me. But you ready for this, guys? It's too big for me to do the whole thing, but I'll show you what we're dealing with. Look at this gorgeous linen piece. Oops. Let me see. Perch. And yes, it does have a few stains on it. Hopefully I'll soak them out, and if I don't, then that's okay, because I appreciate all of this. When I saw that I had forgotten about this one, I was like, girl, have you lost your mind? What were you thinking? I don't know what I was thinking about putting them there. Then we have another towel, and this is hand embroidered with outline stitch, French knots, lots of outline stitch, and that's my, believe it or not, that is my dog's, a little tiny piece of a dog hair on there that our darling, we no longer have her with us anymore. Lazy daisy stitch, French knots, chain stitch, tiny chain stitch. Wow, look at that. Another towel. Look how sweet. How shabby chic is that? On linen, I have seen, and I forget the name of this stitch, but I love them, but I've never done one. Never done that. And we're going back to our neutral colors, another towel, but I folded it really weird. Usually I don't do that. Usually I fold them as you saw the others like they're supposed to be, but okay. And then we have, oh, that fine, fine, fine fabric. I have 2 of those. Yay! I'm an eyelet lover, and I've always been an eyelet lover. In fact, I think eyelet blouses are the prettiest. Look how long and how yummy this is. Isn't that gorgeous? Ugh. This one you'll see on this table very soon, once that gets washed and, you know, taken care of properly. Now this one, I just noticed this, looky here, it's repair time. But I do blue and white. I don't have tons of blue in my house, but blue is a very calming color, as you see, and I do blue and white in the bedroom, so that'll go there. That will be used as soon as it's washed and pressed. Oh, look at this fabric. Ah. And again, you all have to help me out with this when they manipulate the threads, what this is called. I've never done that work. Oh, mercy. Look at that. Just lovely. Let me see if I can hook this stand again and so you all can see it a little better. And then we have an embroidered hanky with a G. Whoa, look at this piece. Oh, man. Looky at this. Thanks for your patience, because I have to go around the camera stand. Look at this one. Keep going and going and going. Look at that work. Look at this, y'all. And then we have another set of pillowcases, but these were not embroidered, but very, very thick fabric, by the way. But look at the trim they added with the crocheting and the scallops. Gorgeous. And I have 2 of those. Then we have little cornucopias that are embroidered, just one after the other. Let's see if I can show you. Just look at that. And they decided to do the thread that is in all. There's my dog's hair again. I guess she's, after I did everything to him, I guess she laid down. Which is possible, which is making me a little bit sad, you know, but we were just happy to have her. She was a caution, let me tell you. She was something else. Okay. Then I have this piece. Look at all the French knots up here. Here. Here and here. I think those are French knots. No. I'm wrong. It's just the thread used, like if you know how embroidery thread comes in 6, this is if you used all 6 of them. Wow. Then I have this piece, and this is just doubled over, but look what they did to the ends. Look at all the work. Isn't that gorgeous? Maybe I should go like this so it becomes clearer. Look at that. Oh, man. I wouldn't do it. That has a stain I need to work on too. I see it. Oh, and that has a few little holes, guys. That one has a few little holes in it. Most of these don't. Then, we're getting close to the end, guys, in case you're bored sitting. Now, this one has seen some better times when it comes to the, oh yeah, that whole corner, to the crochet work there. Everything else so far is looking good. And yeah, all the rest of it, it's just that corner, guys. Oh, but see, look at that stain. That's one I won't be able to get out. I can tell you that right now. This one you might see in some projects. It's possible. This one, I think I remember when I soaked and soaked, and so, like I said, sometimes I change my recipe up, and that wasn't budging. I don't know what was going on there, but this is the piece de resistance. Is that how you say it properly? Okay, guys. As you see, our edges aren't, you know, aren't 100% right. A little bit. She finished her edges, I do believe. I thought it wasn't. But this is for a bedspread for a, I think it's a twin bed, guys. It might be a full, but here we go. It is the bow with the basket of roses, and then the little birdies. Look at the baby birdie. And then on the pillow top, or, you know, it goes, let's turn this around. And so what will go over your pillow will be a rose on one side, the flying bird, whoops, sorry, had to hit that. I'm working with a big piece of fabric here, and another rose. So that's what would go on the top of the bed. So this is, can you see now why I wanted to show you guys my found treasures that I'd completely forgotten about until now. When I did see that bedspread top, I was like, you know, that you would use in the summer, I did think to myself, oh boy, you remember this one, because I was shocked when I found it. I was really, really shocked that I got such a lovely piece for hardly anything, you know. But again, 12, 13, 14 years ago, so, you know. But I thought you all might, especially those of you all who love the vintage linens as much as I do, that when you see them, you just are like, oh boy. And really appreciate all the love and time and work that goes into them, because there, as we all know, there is so much of it. It really is. It's so much time that goes into these. And I want to thank everybody here for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Bye-bye, everybody. Take good care.